There is an old story often whispered by monks who study the Tao, a story about a young scholar who traveled across mountains to meet Lao Tzu, hoping to learn the secret to becoming powerful in a world that constantly tried to break him. When he finally reached the old sage, he expected warnings, instructions, and heavy wisdom, yet Lao Tzu simply handed him a single leaf. The scholar grew confused. "Master, I walked for days to learn how to control my life, my emotions, my destiny, and you give me this?" Lao Tzu smiled gently. "Hold the leaf tightly." The scholar squeezed, and the leaf crumbled. "Now hold it too loosely." The wind carried it away. Lao Tzu looked into his eyes and said, "This is how you live. Either you cling to everything until it breaks, or you fear losing and never hold anything at all." The scholar fell silent, and the old sage continued, "Strength is not in force, nor in fear. Strength is in balance. Power is in learning when to hold on and when to let go." The scholar asked, "But how do I gain influence in a world that does not listen?" Lao Tzu lifted his hand and motioned toward a distant waterfall. "Do you hear that roar? The water is loud because it is falling, but the river below, the calm water, that is where life thrives. Noise is the language of those who are losing control. Silence is the language of mastery." The scholar felt the weight of those words sink into his heart. Lao Tzu walked toward a stone and placed his hand on it. This stone does not chase respect. It does not beg to be understood. It does not demand attention. Yet it endures longer than kings, longer than armies, longer than the greatest names history has forgotten. He turned to the scholar and whispered, "Be the stone. Build your character, not your image. Build your depth, not your noise. Build your inner stillness. Because when your mind becomes unshakable, the world cannot move you." The scholar's eyes softened as he realized he had spent years chasing recognition instead of truth. Lao Tzu spoke again. "The moment you stop fighting life, life begins to guide you. The moment you stop forcing outcomes, the right outcomes begin to appear. And the moment you stop shouting for attention, your presence begins to speak louder than your words ever could." As the sun set behind the hills, the scholar finally understood. Strength is not aggression, but clarity. Power is not domination, but discipline. Wisdom is not control, but surrender. And as he left the mountain, he felt something rise within him, something steady, silent, and unbreakable. Lao Tzu did not give him a lecture. He gave him a transformation. And if you learn to live with that same quiet strength, you will discover a power inside you that the world cannot explain and cannot defeat. This is history to power, and this is the path of the unshakable.